Buenos días, estudiantes. Yo soy Señora Johnson, and I am here one more time to go through another module with you. For this week's module, it's going to be relatively short because it's going to be an assessment of Unit 1. Going through the module, Cuarto 2, Semana 5. Remember, we're in our 5th week, which means we're past midterms. Some of you may have received some emails reminding you that you probably need to kick it in gear in order to get through the rest of this quarter. And remember that your semester grade is what we're looking at. So if you want to get your semester grade up, you need to work really hard this quarter. For this module this week, you're going to have 3 different parts to this. Remember, our entire all-encompassing question, ¿Cómo tener éxito en tu escuela?, is what we're looking at. And this presentation kind of takes you through all of the expectations and what you'll need to do for this assessment. First of all, we're going to introduce you to Carmen, who is a student at Ecuador, and she's going to be coming to Southport High School in order to study as an exchange student. So for the first part, you're going to listen, go back and revert back to our friend David in Ecuador as he reminds us about how his school grades and different expectations there. As you're listening or after you listen, you're going to click on there for your notes, and you're going to complete Paso Uno, filling in the correct word or answering the question in a complete sentence. After you've listened to David and completed the Paso Uno on your worksheet or your answer sheet,
las notas son sobre 20, sobre 10, sobre 100.
You're going to go on to the next part of the assessment. Now, Carmen has decided that she's a little bit nervous and she wants to send you an email and just ask you a few questions about Southport High School. You're going to go through and respond back to those questions on Paso Dos on the same response sheet. Here is the email that she sent, and here is where you will be writing your response. You should have a greeting to Carmen. Don't just start in answering questions. Don't make a list of answers. Make it a true email. There are 5 questions in her email that you need to respond to in complete sentences. It really helps if you use the question to form your answer instead of just saying, yeah, we have extracurriculars. So in our school, we offer. Don't just make it a yes and then respond. Also, then you will give a farewell in your response. I know that Carmen uses espero escuchar de ti pronto. I would prefer that you not use that as your farewell, nor do I want you to use qué emocionante es saber que pronto voy a estar en tu ciudad. I don't want you to use that as a greeting either. I know some of you did that when we practiced this before. Be more original than just taking from that email, the original email, and creating your own. After you've completed responding to Carmen's email, the last step of your assessment, you're going to create a pamphlet for Carmen. You've decided that this might be best, and you're going to be able to use this, maybe even send it down to the guidance office, and they can use it as we get newcomers in that speak Spanish. But for this pamphlet, you're going to have 3 different categories on this pamphlet. What do students need to do in your school to get good grades? What are the rules that students must follow in school? What kind of environment is there in different classes at your school, and what should students do to contribute to a positive environment? I want you to pre-plan this part before you just start writing. Think about what you want to say, how you're going to say it. You're going to put the final product here on your response sheet again for Paso Tres. But before you do that, I want you to go through and think about these 4 steps. Each paragraph or each topic that you write about should be 3 to 4 sentences. Rephrase the question as you start the paragraph so it's clear which topic you're addressing. Don't just start in and I can't quite figure out what you're talking about. For each topic, choose 2 or 3 examples that support your point. You don't have to describe every single rule. And then use the phrases to express obligation. Remember, we have hay que, one must, los estudiantes deben, the students must, or tienes que, you have to. Lastly, make sure that you find or create some images that support what you are writing. These could be symbolic, cartoons, but put some images in to make it a true pamphlet that we would want to hand out to our students, our Spanish-speaking students, when they come into our school. If you'd like to add more information, that would be awesome also. Maybe the school schedule, class schedule, anything else that you would like to add to that. Here's your famous rubric, your presentational writing rubric that we're getting used to seeing a lot. Remember, this will be where a lot of us are working in the novice high. Some of you have moved into that intermediate low. I've had a few of you up to the intermediate mid. Remember, I'm looking for details. I'm looking for adding more than just the basics that I've given you, pulling things from last year, pulling things that might be creative instead of just the basic that I would expect from your writing. Once you're done with this and you've gone through and you checked everything, you're going to go through and submit that response sheet on the next step of your, there we go, of your module. The only reason this is here is to turn in that assignment. The next step is also part of your grade. You are going to self-assess how we've done. We've finally completed our first unit of the textbook through hybrid learning, some of you through virtual learning. We are getting ready to go virtual again, and we need to know what's helping, what have you figured out that makes you successful. So tell me, the question, your essential question for this section of Unit 1 was, what factors support student learning and success? Number one, how well can you do this, or how would you rate yourself? Number 2, do you spend sufficient time preparing yourself to be successful in Spanish? If you do not, what can you do from here on out to improve yourself? If you are already successful, give me some hints. What is it that you do that you find helps you make the good grades, learn the information? Make sure that you are writing these in detail also. Number 3, give 1 or 2 things that you are proud of this year as far as your Spanish abilities go. Those all need to be written in detail. Some of you are just writing 2-3 word responses. Remember, this is part of your assessment, so 2 and 3 word responses aren't going to cut it this time. After you're done with this, you have completed your module for the week. Have a great day, and if you have any questions, as always, be sure that you email me or join me for a Google Meet on Wednesday at 1:30. Adios.